Hello YouTube, are you ready to get hyped with me again? Mega Man X DiVE is coming out on August 16th iOS. I'm already pre-ordered, so get ready for it with me. I got some information in this video. Enjoy! I really love making these hype videos. I love trying new games. I love it when people tell me about new games coming out, and I really appreciate that I was told about Mega Man X DiVE coming out on iOS. It is a gacha game. It's all up there in my genre, and I again love a game that brings back memories for me. Now, I remember Mega Man being a hell of a you just had to jump through hoops to try and finish that game. It was a pain in the butt. Now, I didn't know they continued making different versions, and the X versions are now coming and accumulating through to this X DiVE, where we're going to have a chance to, like myself, catch up, where others will be like, I just played that, Mega Man X the other day or whatever. So, starting up the game, just so you guys know, the pre-registration is for the global version and is available in certain regions at this time. The clip I'm going to show you here is going to be for the version that is in a different region than I normally play at. All of the clips actually in this video are going to be from not to my usual region, so I do apologize if some things that you're seeing now change. I don't expect much will, because this is still an English version, but this is basically like somewhat of a beta test for me, because I am actually pre-ordered for North America. Anyways, moving on, because I don't really want to get into too much of that. So jumping into the actual story, so it introduced you into why we're here, what's going on, what is the game about, and that's all explained in the startup of the game. So it's the very easy to understand story. Translation doesn't seem too far off. Visuals are pretty good. So we get into that, and then we will move on to actually starting the game, and they introduce you into the actual gameplay, the mechanics of the game, and running around and using your blasters and things like that. It brings back nostalgia from the first one, but also it's like, wow, this is again, this must be the years 2021, the year that people are going like, we need to bring back the retro, we need to bring back the 8-bit. It does seem like that. I'm seeing a lot of that come up on my feed for the gacha games that I've been trying. I'm seeing less waifu and more kitschy characters. So still, I mean, I'm happy to try these games, like I said. Actually going in through the tutorial is pretty standard stuff, very basic. It's all the same stuff. I was really trying to I wanted to skip, but I ended up capping it all, and then I just cut it out of the video because it was just usual boring stuff. But actually getting to the boss here then and implementing everything that I learned, it was fun. I was like, okay, this is great. Actually, it runs so much better than like when I remember playing the original Mega Man, and I didn't like it. So yeah, it was hard. Like, it was hard because it was actually like challenging to play the game, aside from the fact that you had to do like a puzzle and defeating certain bosses at certain times and things like that. I feel like going through the actual gameplay was tough. This way, like they even mentioned, like, isn't it nice to be able to shoot your blaster diagonal? And it's like, fuck yes. So they are breaking a lot of those restrictions that they would have had from previous games. So this is a gacha game, guys. We are going to have units that we're going to be looking at that are in tiers, the classes and things like that, but also the tiers. So I won't put too much in the video, but near the end of the video, I do have some screenshots of the available tier list, and you're welcome to find some information. Again, check my description too for any kind of links that I may have come across. I'll throw them in the video. But this being a a gacha game, there are roles, and you start out with some basic like free roles to get your S characters and things like that. After you've done your tutorial roles, like your main blaster, it's the one thing I don't like is the cutscenes and the actual rolling process. I'm getting really annoyed at how long some of these rolling scenes look like, and especially if they're not the highest quality graphic. It's like, can we just please not do that? So I do tend to use the skip button for that. So yeah, you want to go through your tutorial. There is reroll process if you guys wanted to do that ahead of time. You guys know that there are rerolls. It's a standard reroll. And you're gonna want to go through your story. And I did just clear. I cleared the first chapter, and then I went and collected kind of like all my mail and stuff like that because I wanted to make sure I had enough to roll. And that's when I found the free roll tickets, and I was like, okay, whatever. Depending on how this game is going to come to us, global version though, I don't know how much of this is going to be exactly the same for global version, so I'm just going to remind you guys maybe a couple times in this video, that what you're seeing on screen even now, me jumping around here, this is not the global version. This is on a different region. I shouldn't even be here. I'm bad, Linda. Whatever. The controls for jumping around, like once you get through the tutorial, you know, feel so restricted. Like, have fun. It's pretty good. It's the jumping around. I'm playing on the iPhone 8 again, so your response is really good. I'm able to, you know, hit that trigger button. When they were teaching you how to do from jumping and slide your thumb down to the trigger, like I had to just kind of learn that because I'm not used to that. I'm used to lifting my thumb up. That's just how I play. So in some games where I'm having to learn to lift my thumb up all the time, you know, like rapid fire, and other games now here I'm learning how to, I have to situate my thumb and hold it down, long hold and things like that. So it's a learning curve. You're going to have that learning curve. The overall appearance of the stages is pretty good. There's not too much distraction from the background there. The flash and splash is perfect level for me. I think that HP bar is a bit much. Maybe when it comes to the PvP, which there is PvP in this game, I think it'll make a lot more sense. But the graphic wise, I can't complain. And like I was saying, it is responsive on my phone. I don't have any problems with lag or anything like that. Although the loading scenes, the loading screens and loading scenes, all of the cutscenes in between are quite long. I am hoping that when it comes to global, they're going to trim that down a bit. Like I've cut it out of my video here quite a bit, but the loading scenes are like they're long. There's a long loading process. The controls you can change around. You can make it so that your where your buttons are placed are a little bit more to your playing style, which I think is really great, because once I get used to it, I might want to switch around like where my jump button is or my dash button is and things like that. I think I may also just like the default, because generally default layout for buttons I can get used to, and I mean they work pretty good. So I think I might just keep it that way once I get the global version started. I wanted to make sure I had enough of the currency. It's called element metal, or EM. I wanted to make sure I had enough element metal to kind of go through these banners in here. So they do have the paid, they split up their currency as well. This is a new thing I've seen in a lot of games introduced, where you have your paid diamonds and then your free to play diamonds, and they split it up. So they do have some banners depending on what you're wanting to play for. I took a look at the rates as well, and I decided to go for the banner that seemed to give you the higher rate for the character. I was looking to maximize my chance of getting a character over a weapon. So when I actually did my rolls, I went for the banner that looked like was giving me the best odds to get a character, and I ended up really happy with my roll. Like after I used up those free ones, and I wasn't feeling too great about that. The actually putting in the diamonds and getting a character that looked pretty flashy was good. And this is before even looking at the tiers and looking at some of the I guess like pro talk on the Discord, and I will have a link for the Discord and invite there for you guys so you can check that out. All that stuff in the description. Let me know in the comments if you're actually one of the beta testers, or if you experienced this in the other region, if you were doing any of the early access or anything like that, because like I only recently found out about this game, and I am pre-ordered for the iOS version that's coming out on August 16th. So I'm not going to play too much. I just wanted to cap some stuff and get you guys ready for it, and I wasn't able to find any information outside of this version, so I couldn't even find a website. The pre-registration process is just pre-order. There's no website that I could find at all, and I even see people posting on their Facebook like, how do I pre-register? Just pre-download / pre-register, air quote. Let's move on to talking about some of the units. So just as a heads up, like I did like mention that I was going to talk about the tiers. The tiers are subjective as always, and I feel like they are missing quite a few units. Jump on the Discord and see the discussions about some of the units that people are already playing with, and that hopefully will be transferred over to the global version. But what I saw on like Mr. Guider, for example, is that some of the names we're going to watch out for are Iris, we have Sigma, Furham, Black Zero, of course, and then there's Cinnamon, White Day Cinnamon, and Leviathan. So, you know, it's again subjective, and I don't have any confirmation of what these characters look like or anything like that. I want you guys to go out and find that information for yourselves. I'm just here to get you hyped, to get you ready for it, and give you a little tidbit of information what I was able to find in my journey. And that is it. So the overall takeaway from this game should be that there is PvP. It is a gacha. It's old school. It's Mega Man. We're going to be able to play with some waifu, all that good stuff. It's very compatible for an iPhone 8. So if you have a better phone, you're probably going to have no problems. And it is available already right now on Google and Apple for certain regions. But again, if you're waiting for the global release, August 16th. So now's your chance. Go pre-order that game and see me in the Discord. Leave some comments. If you liked this video, please give it that thumb a click. It helps my algorithm. And if you're new to the family, of course, subscribe, because I always like to bring you guys new mobile content, gacha specifically. If I can keep it into gacha territory, that's what I like to do. And I'll probably come back with a reaction from the global version once the game is out. So look forward to that in about a week and a bit here. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of each other and take care of yourself. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.